You and I have encountered a lot of ideas. People telling us which ideas they think are best, what to care about, and what matters. But let's be honest, less than 1% of those ever create change. But I want to tell you about the ones that, for me, just stuck. The ones that were perfectly timed and that actually made a difference in my life. I would not be here talking to you if it wasn't for this sentence right here. But let's rewind just a little bit. It's 2020 and I just got a book from someone in the mail that I don't even know. This book is called Goals by Brian Tracy, and this book gave me a plan. Subconsciously in his book, I thought that he had been talking to all the geniuses out there and that this plan was something that would only work for them. And when I read that sentence, it illuminated that belief and I decided to give this plan a shot. And it's always stuck with me that anyone can make a plan and you will have better results because of it. You see what you spend the most time looking for. Every single day for a little over 2 years, after waking up, I would spend a minute or two thinking about my goal and where I wanted to go. And because I did this, it made me much more aware of the little things that would take me closer in that direction. And honestly, I still do this to some extent now, where every morning I consciously think about, okay, what am I looking for today? Everyone is heading in some kind of direction. For me, a few years ago, I was working in the direction of becoming a full-time YouTuber. Well, I came across this question and I got in the habit of asking myself like 50 times a day. Here's kind of what it looked like. Hey, is laying in bed longer than you need to taking you in the right direction?
Hey, you've been in that shower like 30 minutes. Is that taking you in the right?
Leave me alone! It was very annoying, but very effective. How is get sound taking you in the right direction? Do you know what get sound is? No? Dude, have a seat. Okay, so Get Sound, which is today's video sponsor, hear me out. Get Sound is an ambient music service designed to produce more productivity, relaxation, and stress reduction. Okay, but how's it any better than all of the other ones out there? What they do is they use AI software to create real-time soundscapes. Okay, yeah, translation. They take your location and they pull from hundreds of data points, like, what time it is, the weather at your location, and they use that to generate a unique sound and texture for your specific location. So after it builds a custom soundscape for your specific location or whatever location you put in, you can add what's called an atmosphere. They have tons of different options and it's just like a really nice, relaxing, ambient background. And it's all customizable. So with the click of a button, you can refresh the soundscape or you can change locations to anywhere in the world if you want. And so if you use my link down in the description, you'll get 7 days of completely unlimited access without being charged anything. Change is never a matter of ability. It is always a matter of motivation. Sometimes I really hated admitting that this was true because we love to say the 2 words, I can't. I can't lose weight, I can't be happy, I can't get that job. But if you want something bad enough, you will find a way. This sentence reminds me that instead of focusing on what I feel like I can't do, instead I should be looking at how to find a way through it. It redirects my focus from looking at the problem to looking at the solution. No matter how thin you slice it, there is always 2 sides. This is especially powerful in conflict. If I draw a circle and I have to make a line showing what I think is your fault, your problem, or your responsibility, no matter how I do it, there is always a piece of that pie that is my responsibility that falls on me. And this taught me that no matter what, there is always another side that I should be seeking to understand. Because it's next to impossible to resolve an issue if you're unwilling to accept any responsibility for the situation, or at least even see their side. Mastering the art of communication is one of the most important skills you can learn, especially with yourself. In a given day, there's a lot of things that can happen. When something happens, we have one of three meanings we attach to it. We can choose a disempowering meaning, a neutral meaning, or an empowering meaning. And if we don't choose consciously, generally we will choose somewhere between disempowering and neutral. So by consciously choosing a meaning that helped me grow or to learn, it means that you can grow from things that others don't. Guard the gate to your mind. If you happen to listen to our Mind Castle podcast, you've heard us say this before. We basically built the podcast around this idea that your mind is the most important part of who you are, and that you shouldn't let just anything wander in there. And in the wise words of Leonardo DiCaprio,
an idea, resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
what's obvious to you can be amazing to someone else. When this quote really stuck, I was right here. In that moment, I realized that I don't have to be the next one in a billion. I don't have to try to make every idea the best to ever exist on YouTube. And from that moment on, I started living by this idea of just taking things that I've learned, condensing them down, and sharing them with others. Because what's obvious to me might just be amazing to you. If you want uncommon clarity and results, ask uncommonly clear questions. Often all that stands between me and what I want is a better set of questions. A better set of questions is what helped me make a viral video. A better set of questions helped me learn how to help others have a breakthrough. It's what's helping me build products, create better videos, and learn skills that I never would have dreamed of. I believe that we are the sum of the questions we repeatedly ask ourselves. Ask a better question repeatedly, and you will get a better answer. All behavior is belief driven. Without a doubt, human behavior can be one of the most confusing and mysterious things you'll ever encounter. When this sentence started to stick, it had a very powerful and amazing result on my reality. It meant that people always have a reason for what they do, meaning that behind every behavior, there's a belief that is driving them. So now I see behavior as clues being dropped, and I take those clues and I analyze them and I try to figure out, okay, what's driving this person to say that or to do that? And as I learn to do this more and more, human behavior, including my own, starts to become both fascinating and terrifying. And when you start doing this in yourself, you can start changing behavior that you didn't think you could ever change, because it goes to the root, it goes to the source. So my question now is, are there sentences or mantras or questions that have changed your life for the better? I'll put up a few of the sentences that you guys have already given me, but if you don't see yours up there, I would love for you to comment down below and put it down there. I would love to read those, and I'm sure it could be an encouragement to others as well.